Well, with an electric boat, I don't consider an electric boat to be a full hull speed boat. I mean, it can be, but it really shortens the range of the boat. But it's a really good boat to go at about 80% of hull speed, just because that extends the range quite substantially.
And right now we're at a no wake. Of course, an electric motor for the most part doesn't have really a wake anyway. But we're in a no wake zone. We're going out of the pier area. Approximately what is our speed right now?
We're doing about 2.5 knots right now, but I don't have it. I can turn it up a little bit.
And what percentage of the total output of the electric propulsion on this boat are you? Probably 20%, 30, 40?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So you've got a great deal more power, but it's totally not necessary, because as soon as we get out here in the channel, we get to raise sails.
It's a sailor's boat.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, I constantly look for the right people for electric. And one of the things that I ask is that they're sailors. They're not diesel enthusiasts. That's for sure. But I don't mind if someone wants a diesel motor. I'll sell them a diesel motor. That's not my place to judge them. But I do get more excited about electric boats. There's no doubt about it. It is a passion of mine. I have two myself. So.
And we're creating absolutely zero pollution.
Zero pollution. Can't smell anything. You don't have any backdrafting of diesel fuel. You don't, or diesel exhaust. You don't have diesel fuel smell on the boat. As you know, like just the tiniest amount of diesel fuel spilled on a boat, which inevitably will happen, will smell for months.
Yeah, that's how old sailboats smell.
Yeah.
They just do. I mean, they smell like diesel. They smell like diesel fuel. Actually, I step into my cabin and it smells like an old boat, and it doesn't bother me. I've had some people step aboard though, and it does. It's a bothering smell to them.
I think if there was a category of major causes of seasickness, diesel fuel smell would probably be at the top.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
And exhaust fumes, and when boats back up, and they create a great deal of.
There you go. That's full.
Okay, now we're at full throttle.
Full throttle.
Full throttle. Under not a max throttle, but a full throttle for this boat. Okay.
And the gear that you hear right now, that's a 5-to-1 gear ratio. On your boat, you probably have 2.5-to-1 gear ratio, so you would have noticeably less gear noise.
Because it won't be rotating as much. Yeah.
Well, the more work you ask something to do, then
it's pushing harder on every little tooth.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll notice a substantial decrease.
But as I walk back down in the cabin to actually get a good understanding of the noise, if I was down here with the family and sitting at a table and having discussion, you'll notice that my voice carries far over the noise of the electric motor. And this is just to get out to go sailing till we get to a regenerated point. And these are being run off of these 4 2250 Odyssey batteries. And you can see that our controller, our Outback power system, max 60, and the 2 solar panels are regenerating as we are traveling. So as we are motoring out to sailing water, the solar panels are also regenerating as we're going, and they're regenerating at what rate approximately? They have what kind of solar panels are on here again?
There's 200 watt Sanyo solar panels on here, so it's
okay.
100 watts total.
Okay.
We're probably getting over 300 into the battery bank.
Yeah, right now probably about that. I'd have to.
Yeah, I know. You have to meter it and stuff.
Well, no. It tells me on the charge control.
Oh, okay.
We can look later. just so much more of a joy to sail.
Right.
Like I think ideally the ideal cruising mode is actually diesel electric. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be natural gas.
As a genset, as a DC genset propulsion.
A few years
Good as I
back.
can.
Yeah. A few years back, there was a genset that somebody was installing. It was on a catamaran or something, but it was out of Scandinavia, and it was not a reciprocal engine. You know, it's not. It was it wasn't piston and crankshaft technology. It was something else, and they claimed it was much more efficient. And I'm trying to. I've done some research recently trying to find what technology that was again, but it's a different type of engine attached to the genset.
So on this boat, your success in regenerated power, that means full sails up, and you're going approximately how many knots?
At 6 knots, we were getting 200 watts of regeneration.
So that would be, and regeneration defined here is the rechargeability of the battery packs. In other words, you're charging the battery packs.
Charging the battery pack, yeah.
Without running the electric propulsion, all you're doing is charging the battery packs in preparation for using it again.
Yeah, the propeller, the motor becomes a generator.
Okay.
The propeller turns as you sail, and that energy we catch. Right now we're up to 200 watts. This boat will do more than that. This boat will probably regenerate at like 400 watts or more, because it'll get an 8 or 9 knot boat speed.
Right.
So when you combine the solar power and the potential regenerated power, you could have equal to.
We're hoping to get a kilowatt, but we haven't got there yet. But right now we've peaked at 600 watts.
Without using wind generation whatsoever?
No, just the hybrid unit regenerating and the solar power getting 600 watts combined.
It's really good, James. So this system is your system. It's available today.
Yes, it is.
And given an approximate, I mean, we're not going to hold you to it, but given an approximate cost that somebody like this particular boat, or might look at is if they're looking at a Yanmar or looking at a Perkins, or they're looking at some type of repowering of an existing old engine, what would they expect to put out? Because they're going to put out $10,000 to $15,000 for a repowering of something.
Well, it depends on the boat, but the package itself, the motor, the gearbox, the throttle, and the controller, and the wiring is $3,000. And then there's upwards of $2,000 in batteries, depending on the type of
your choice of batteries.
Batteries, yeah, you can get 1,000 to 2,000 in batteries, and then you have your installation and the battery cables. So you're looking at $6,000 to $7,000.
And then if you put another 3 in solar, and bring it up to about 10, you've got a real system.
Oh yeah, this is right here. We've got a $10,000 system.
Yeah.
Solar, everything.
Okay. What's your website?
Propulsionmarine.com.
And that has a lot of other additional information, PDFs you can download, lots you can read.
A lot of information there on electric drives and diesels and any which way that you want to power your boat.
Okay, is there any warnings you want to give people when they start contemplating this, or make sure that they give them details for before they email you information you need from them?
Just the boat length and boat speed that is desired, and the existing engine that was in there, the
horsepower
gear that was in there. No, I'm just more concerned about what the reduction gear ratio was.
Okay.
The engine, what the engine was, and what the cruising RPM was.
Your cruising RPM, okay. And you really don't care about their batteries or anything like that, because you're going to have to replace most of those anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And solar's a whole different. You can use solar with an existing system, but solar in regenerative electric marine is totally different.
Yeah, there's 4 different ways to charge batteries. You can have shore power, which is the most common. Then you have solar, which is probably the best. And then you can have a wind generator, and you have your hybrid motor generating when you sail. So there's basically 4 different ways to regenerate on the battery type.
And I know you're doing some research on it, and you're working on regenerative power, but there's a lot more to come. You've got some real good.
There's more to come.
Yeah, you've got a lot you've accomplished, but regeneration has research and development in the future that will make it even a greater regeneration.
Yeah, regeneration will get better. That's for sure. It's already pretty good, but it's definitely going to get better. There's going to be we're going to perfect that. But we really need to start with a boat builder, and start from scratch on a boat, which is what I'll be doing on my boat essentially.
Okay.
Doing a regen project.
So would you say that on a regenerative repowering scenario, it's almost you can start with a new boat, but also starting with an existing boat that you're repowering away from diesel is a more effective way of transitioning your future, correct?
It depends on how the boat is used. Well, an electric boat's a sailor's boat. If you're a sailor, it's more in tune with what sailing's all about. Just not getting away from it. Getting away from fossil fuels.
And making little or no noise.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to come in under electric propulsion. You're going to notice that under a diesel propulsion coming in, you would hear a very loud noise in the background. But the only noise you hear now is the pumps washing through the different boats.
That's it, with the yellow kayak next to it. Yeah, the little tour boats and all that.
Can you see okay? Okay.